Rainbow here with my man Mike, Rainbow and Mike Yo, and we're going to be reviewing the newer Yelawolf album entitled Love Story. Now, Yelawolf, for those of you who don't know, is a rapper signed to Shady Records, came to prominence in...
Is he a white rapper?
He is very white. He might be the whitest rapper.
Okay.
You're thinking Pitbull? No. Yelawolf. He rose to fame with a collection of mixtapes called Trunk Music Returns, Trunk Music 0 to 60.
Wait. Does he pop the trunk?
He will pop the trunk. Don't make him, though.
Okay.
Please don't make him. In 2011, he put out a album, major label debut,
Headbanger.
Headbanger Against a Wall Because You Would Wish You Were Dead If You Heard It, called Radioactive. And wasn't really met with the commercial success he was looking for. So 4 years later, my man's putting out an album called Love Story. Now, I came into this album with a unique perspective, and by unique what I mean is I thought Yelawolf sucked. And my friend Mike here,
Love Yelawolf.
big fan!
Even Radioactive I love more than the trunk music.
More than the trunk music.
More than the trunk music.
So we were coming at it from a couple different perspectives here, but I gotta say that I enjoyed this album. Instead of being a rap album like his previous efforts were, this was almost more of a country pop, a pop country, not a pop trunk, a pop country album with a rap influence. Almost no
little twist.
Yeah, almost no rapping on the record. In fact, it opens up with a song that I enjoy a lot called Outer Space, which is very rappy. But it's a deceptive intro because the rest of the album really doesn't sound anything like it.
No, there's just kind of a little sprinkle of raps in there.
Now, yeah, he does. He'll be singing, like sing-songing these verses, and then he might kind of rap a bar or two as a pre-chorus or a bridge or something like that, a refrain, a phrase. But no like full-on rap songs on the album other than the first track. So I actually really enjoyed that. It sounds very distinctly Yelawolf to me. Kind of reminiscent of Everlast, country, Kid Rock, all summer long kind of stuff, but very much unique to him. A lot of live instrumentation on this album, and we actually went and saw him on his Love Story tour.
Chapter 1.
and he had a live band, and the songs really deliver live. I really enjoyed the songs live. The other rap moment on the album comes from Eminem, the M&Ms, who is on the single Best Friend, kind of a highlight of the album for me. I don't know.
The only feature?
The only feature on the album!
Only one.
Everyone else was clamoring, Bon Jovi was like, oh, please, Wolf, let me on the album. He said no. Marshall only.
That's right.
So I really enjoy his feature on that with Best Friend. And overall, I really think
they play well together in the song.
They do. And the cool thing about what I really liked about Best Friend is, me included, I think Yelawolf often gets labeled as kind of like a B-grade Eminem.
Right.
And when you got to see them both on a song together, you could see how they really are different. The contrast there, which was really cool.
Which a lot of people say is the best song on the album. I disagree.
I would say it's the best song on the album, but I wouldn't say it's necessarily my favorite song. But I think it is probably the best as far as being well put together. Eminem's verse really kind of starts off slower and then accelerates, and the music kind of changes with it, and I think that's really cool. I like how that happens. But definitely more favorites on are going to be the poppier songs. That one's kind of a slower pace and kind of lengthier. It's like 5 minutes long. But the other singles, American You and Till It's Gone, which was on the Shady XV album, and also on the
Sons of Anarchy.
The Sons of Anarchy, which I'm told is a TV show for people that like the Blue Collar Comedy Tour. But those songs are definitely songs that I enjoy more than Best Friend. I would say that my favorite song on this album is actually is it Empty Bottles?
Empty Bottles.
Empty Bottles.
To the floor.
Where he's kind of has like a half rap, half sing songy thing going, and then about 2.5 minutes in,
he goes berserk.
Does a full breakdown, slows the song down, and does a full on kind of like he turns up for a moment, and then it
which is
speeds
incredible live to see.
Right, yeah. All these songs, like I said, really deliver live. It was really cool that he had a live band, and it made me appreciate the album more. It kind of made me have a second perspective of the album too, seeing how it's put together live. Not that they're dramatically different live; they're just you kind of pick up on different things. So if that tour comes by through you, definitely skip the opening band, whose name I can't remember. What was it?
Hillbilly Casino.
Hillbilly Casino.
Wow.
Grab a Red Bull sugar-free during them. You're gonna need it. But check out Yelawolf. But overall, I really enjoyed the album. I would say the weakest point of it, and the only thing that I really dislike about
There's a weak point to the album.
there is. It's
Just finding this out, folks.
is it's like 27 songs long. It's got 16 tracks on it, and after about track 12, you kind of get the idea. And it kind of lags on. It hits somewhat of a crescendo around there, and just kind of lags on for a couple more tracks, and really ends on probably the weakest track on the album, "Fiddle Me This," which is a little corny, a little weird, kind of trying to emphasize his I'm a hillbilly rapper, and it goes into that more Bubba Sparks cornball territory. So, not a big fan of that. But overall, as a non-Yelawolf fan, I am coming out of this a fan. On the Diet Pepsi to Surge scale, I would give this a solid Diet Dr. Pepper, looking around the 7.5 out of 10 range. And I thought it was enjoyable. I was pleasantly surprised.
And I thoroughly enjoyed it as well, and I enjoyed the fact that he kind of took a more intimate approach to the album. Wasn't just talking about Alabama, wasn't just talking about drinking alcohol or driving Chevys, because I'm pretty sure he's a Chevy fan. But even songs like Heartbreak, he talks about his ex-wife and dealing with the kids, which I really enjoyed that song as well.
Yeah, that is a good point. He does kind of explore a little bit different lyrical themes on here on the other albums, especially Radioactive, when he was trying to be a little bit more commercial, just kind of party anthems and talking about living in Alabama and how hard it is. And on this, instead of just that he likes Chevys, he talked about where he goes in the Chevys, what he does there. But no, it is a more intimate aspect. Sometimes I think that bites him a little bit on songs like what's the song about where he's talking to his daddy? Disappear.
Weird.
A little weird, kind of like some baby talk, and I get the emotion of it. I get the content of it. I don't necessarily hate the message, but the
we don't need to hear
the delivery. Yeah, I don't.
Of Bow Wow.
It was a little weird. Yeah, Jermaine Dupri wasn't producing this song. But yeah, so I do appreciate that. That is a very solid point. Probably a part of why this album is more enjoyable, because he does have other things to say other than he's from Alabama and how rough it is.
And I feel like this album was more like, I'm going to do what I want. I'm not going to let the record company tell me what to do. I'm not going to make, headbangers or just go into the club and, this is a more real album. It's something I feel like he wanted to do, not versus what, Shady Records or Interscope wanted him to do.
I agree, and I think maybe this will help him on the next album that he does, kind of combine those things, because I feel like maybe part of the lengthy track listing and also the more weird moments like "Fiddle Me This" and the baby talk might have benefited from a record label saying, hey, you know what, maybe this isn't a good idea. So maybe he can kind of combine that and have a producer, maybe even have Eminem do a little bit more production, someone he's close with. But
I haven't heard of that guy yet.
Oh yeah, he's on the up and up. He's very up and coming.
He's up and coming. I'll have to look.
But yeah, so I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10 Diet Dr. Pepper scale.
8.
Going with an 8.
Going with an 8.
Woo! But we're gonna be doing some more album reviews. That's gonna be it for the Yelawolf Love Story. Coming up soon, we got
ICP?
We're going to do an ICP album review, and definitely this weekend we're going to be talking about Money in the Bank, WWE, so definitely stick around for that, and some other things. We might be talking about the Smorios that just dropped, some Do Shine, whatever we can.
Maybe some LeBron.
Oh, yeah.
LeBron.
You don't want to review that if you just saw Game 4. You don't want to know how LeBron's doing. My man's got some lacerations in the dome. Gonna have to bring back the
camera
headband.
guy was, player of the game.
But that's gonna be it for Oh Cool right now. We will see you soon. Peace.